All right, we should be recording. Can you see my screen?
Do I see your beautiful screen? Computer, grab my friend JR and put her in the screen. Uh, yeah, I see
All right.
it.
So the whole point of this is zampaniosouthsouth, right?
Yes.
Not to be confused with south or south.
Yeah,
Because south is the Ambrose one, which we're not doing yet.
we're not there. We are in.
This
Any
one,
more than we need to say?
this one is all of our space players, and if I remember right, was Ambrose time?
Ambrose was time, yes.
Yeah, because the trains always are on time.
The trains always run on time, and if they
Yeah.
don't run on time, then they sure as hell, they sure run.
You're doing the nom voice for that.
Hey, hey, hey.
In any case, so the very first thing we have is the Wanderer, which is Lord of Space. But what we wanted to talk about was the one who goes counterclockwise, and that is
Mm-hmm.
legitimate. Like I had to actually code, like I had to work out how to make sure they always went the right direction. But if you go
Uh huh.
counterclockwise, we have River.
Yeah.
Tell us about River.
River is again like the last batch of characters that we made.
Hmm.
They're definitely the last characters that were ever in Sampanio and will ever be.
we're not going to
I
talk about
say actively laughing.
we're not going to talk about Ambrose.
What? No. that's that's
No.
not real, JR.
The last three Blurbos from Lobotomy Core.
Okay, yes, let's say that.
Hmm.
The last three Blorvos from Lovato Corps, which I was forced to say in one breath. Um, River is unlike, definitely unlike other characters, very sad.
Hmm.
And by that I mean that River is very big, which
Hmm.
just allows for a lot of sadness to ensue.
I mean, there's a lot of room for sadness. This baby can fit so much sadness.
You do not understand the capabilities of this baby to just have sadness inside.
Well, I would
And that's what
argue
happens when you just have that many people inside you, you know?
there's just a lot of room for.
No one quote me on that, please, but you know.
Yeah, okay, that did sound pretty bad, but I would argue that the
As
all
we all know, polyamorous people are more likely to get sad.
I don't know what the stats are for that. But in any case, the point is for the last set of Blorbos, they were the last loop of me playing the game. You harvested characters out of them,
Uh-huh.
and this was specifically when I was cheating like crazy.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
So like you
And you
gave
didn't even
them
finish the game, which I think was the funniest part.
because it was such a slog.
I thought, oh, I might actually be able to get people from like the other departments. And it's like you were like middle layer, I'm done.
But that's why you gave them the ennui. Like all three of them, Hoon, River, and Lee Hunter, all have that fucking ennui because they had to live through a manager who made them all immortal and then stopped needing them.
Yeah, it's like all right. I'm glad that we have all worked together on this, and then we moved on.
Hmm. So Lee Hunter were closest to the top. They were actively still trying to escape, right?
Yeah,
Like they were stuck where they were, but they were still trying to keep going.
yeah, they were trying to do something, and that
Hmm.
was, of course, the main issue.
Well, I mean, their greatest enemy is themselves, so they
It's
weren't.
it's embarrassing.
They didn't make a whole lot of progress on that, but they made more than anyone else. So spite finds a way. So
That's what they say.
so tell us about Hoon.
I think Hoon's actually that we actually got to write, which feels is pretty interesting, you know.
Hmm. We had Captain
Like
and
like
Yankee talking with Hoon.
like Hoon was actually written out
Hmm.
compared to a bunch of the other. Really, I mean, Lee Hunter had like 4 lines, even though Lee Hunter could not shut up on each other. But Hoon specifically is I
Don't
don't know
call
if
me
we decide
son.
if it's like between like a tired
Hmm.
like service worker
Yep.
and active PTSD ridden war veteran.
Uh-huh.
Like some line between both of them, and in some places they might actually just be the same thing.
I really love her
Yeah.
in Arm 3, the mundane Arm. Like she's just the gas station employee who's been held up like a million times.
And she's just like, "This is where I work."
Uh-huh.
Dull. I don't. What do you want to tell you? This is what I do.
Well, she's listening to her police scanner. So Lee Hunter, obviously they're the orchestra. You know, all
Mm-hmm.
of them have twists, but Hoon is, if I remember right, Judgment Bird, but corrupted by the radio.
Yes.
So
Hoon
he,
is Judgment Bird. The radio was added
mm-hmm.
as an afterthought.
Yeah.
The radio thing was written first. The radio was later.
Mm-hmm. I can.
That's not very well explained. It's more one came before the other.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I like how you're going. Yeah, that makes sense. Whatever you said.
You remember the Cheeto timeline?
I I still just remember the time. I'm still scared. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of the time that it happened. I remember it so eagerly. Like I was just explaining my heart out.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking so much, and then you're like, "I can't see your screen," and I'm like, "What do you mean you can't see my screen?
I was even
Didn't you even?"
correcting you at times. You know, like, oh, you
Yeah,
forgot.
you were correcting me.
I was clearly following along, and I couldn't see anything. I think more than anything, that's the thing that I think should explain to people that my eyes basically don't work. I'm always faking it.
You didn't have to fake it so thoroughly.
I didn't know there was anything to fake. In any case, so Hoon bonded really heavily with Witherby because, well, I mean, tell us why.
With Witherby. I mean, really, what is there to explain here? It's just Witherby is a horrid little Christian.
Yeah.
And second of all, he's also a horrid little Texan man.
Uh-huh. Well, that's the thing. Witherby has decided that he is a grown-up man, even though he is canonically the youngest. Like, remember, Devona's the oldest, if I'm remembering.
Yeah, the bonus is one. Yeah, the one's like 32, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Like
mean, quote
everybody.
unquote 32.
Well, yeah, 32 times a billion. But you know, originally she was 32, and Witherby was like, what was he like, 20, 22?
24.
24. Yeah, River. Okay, River's younger than him. We decided that she was 20, like 22 or something, or 19 or something.
River's like a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the thing is, River's the baby, and also has lived longer than anyone ever could, even with the loops. So you know, fine. But in any case, the whole point of Witherby is at some point he decided that he was a grown up ass man, and he was going to ignore every childish thing, and that included the accent he had growing up. But the
yeah,
problem is Hoon has that accent, and it just slips out when he's talking to her, and it's mortifying, but also he just
comforting in a
yeah,
way.
he just wants to belong just a little bit. He hates it, but also he keeps going back. And like one of the reasons we realized that was because the whole thing is the radio goes after threats, but Witherby is just one sin. Like literally cannot be a threat. Same reason Hoon did well with Yonki, because Yonki's the mirror, and the mirror can't be a threat either.
Yeah.
I
So
kind of
that's
wonder.
like the key.
I think by the time Witherby gets his second anomaly, Hoon has just like learned his scent. So I don't even think once he has Snow Queen, I don't think Hoon will go after him.
Yeah, I think at that point, I mean the opposite. I think something might happen. You know.
You think she might like have an accident?
I mean, usually she didn't do anything with Witherby because Witherby's just like a shitty little skull,
Mm-hmm.
which is very sad to say about him. But you know,
But it's true. We know this.
it's the reality of the situation.
I think I remember at some point we decided he holds guns wrong. Like just embarrassingly wrong. He is just
He
not a
doesn't
threat.
know. He doesn't know how to. It's embarrassing.
He tries his best.
We don't know why.
But yeah, with River, like River was the thing that killed Parker in Parking Lot Lost. Parker lot lost. There we go. Like River's a thing, you touch her, you get absorbed. Schloop. It's not a thing she's trying to do. And if I remember right, what we decided was that River just she's vast, she's big, she's when you have like 7 billion human bodies in goo form connected to you, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's miles and miles of neural tissue. Like a
It is a
single
lot.
like a single thought's gonna take a year. So she was just trapped in a horrible time prison. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're right. It's just I'm looking at this image that you're showing us in the game,
Yeah.
and then you're saying those words to me, and some part of me just laughs.
Well, actually, yeah, this is the audio player. This is her talking about how Lee Hunter, like canonically, when we did the investigation of Lee Hunter, it showed that time got fucked up if you listen to their music. Well, it turns
Yeah.
out, like, they were very mad at both River and Hoon for not, joining the hive mind. So they aggressively played music at them, and River's just like, oh my god, I can think. This is
Oh
great.
my god, I'm not in a time prison anymore. Yippee!
And Lee Hunter's like, yeah, be grateful. Take that.
Why are they inventing false people?
Oh, she hates fiction so much.
She's just like, this isn't the person.
And she would know.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's very, very big, but she is the setting. She is every person inside the echidna at once. You can't just invent fake people. She knows. You can't just put your shitty little OC into the universe.
I mean, you can. Around
But
14 times if you're strong enough.
look, I'm just saying that Parker is about fake OCs. That's Parker's whole thing. He's going to put people
Yeah,
where they do not
yeah,
belong.
alright,
He feels
okay. We are agreeing a standpoint. Yeah, okay, alright.
was River a maid of space?
Yeah, because she's made of space.
He's big. And so I think that's the difference between a thief and a maid, is the thief is trying to fuck up the status quo, but the maid is just vibing.
Yeah, it's like, every piece of land on planet Earth, What else is there to say?
Yep. But yeah, once she's not in the time prison, she can actually control the goo enough to form little goo bodies. And if you don't touch them, they look just like, somebody. It's
Some
hard
little
for her to
guy.
it's hard for her to keep track, but she might make a goo version of your next door neighbor.
Yeah, don't worry. That's fine.
There's no consciousness in there because again, the whole point of Vast is like she's
Do
so
not
big.
worry, it is not alive and it's not real.
Uh-huh. But that's the problem is she's so big but also so small. She only has a single human mind in miles and miles of flesh. That's too small. She is so tiny.
There's so much.
Hmm.
And yet,
But yeah, I think we decided once she made one of those whole fake like government training towns so she could practice controlling multiple bodies at once. Her drones.
her beautiful
Oh
drone.
god, doesn't she run a theme park?
Yeah,
Like in the desert or
I
something?
remember. I remember. I didn't remember. Now I remember.
Uh-huh. I think she just runs a theme park and like the obvious creepy cult secret it has is her body is underneath it like for miles and like local teens keep finding this and being like we're going to stop your nefarious plan and she's like I was planning on having a discount for the water park next week.
It's like, do you feel proud of yourself? Like,
Like she's just running a theme park. That's it.
that's it. There's no other plan. Do you think I had that much time to plan this all out?
Well, she doesn't really have any goals because what is she going to accomplish in 50 years? Nothing. Nothing at
Nothing gets
all.
done.
Like,
Nothing gets done in that amount of time.
she hates the fucking prison she's in. Like, 50 years is nothing, and then everything resets? No wonder she's depressed.
I like how that's the conclusion.
But I love how, like, canonically, Wanda also stole Disney. Like, or eminent domained Disney. Like, so we have two entirely competing theme parks out there.
Yeah,
Parker doesn't have a theme park, but he did steal a lot of subways.
it's listen, it is it is his right as an American.
And it occurs to me, it sounds like
It's not really, no, but you know.
no. He didn't steal the sandwich shop, he stole the trains. See, the problem is that Parker cannot be coherent for long enough to actually run anything.
It's sad.
He just steals it and lets it go to rot, and honestly, there's a reason why Vic and Parker are good friends.
There's a lot, actually.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, that's right. Parker thinks of River as being basically a waifu.
Yeah, that's a waifu right there.
Yeah, like the big giant puddle of pink slime that ate him that one time and definitely has a copy of his body in there somewhere. That's a waifu.
Yeah, right there.
It's the only blorbo he will call a waifu. There's just
Let that be known.
there's just something about the space. It's correct to him. Because he's so squoonched up that the thought of there being a lot of space somewhere is just really nice.
Yeah, you know, it's nice. Life is simple like that.
Because I feel like she's so big that there's only so many places he can dig without accidentally finding a vein of pink goo.
Oh, Parker.
There's actually a whole section of Parker in this that we haven't even gotten to because we're just watching River. We're almost done.
Yeah, we're just
Like
watching. Yeah, look at her go.
she's at 4 now.
Now I'm just thinking about Parker. This is a devil, you know.
Yeah. Well, we can get to we can get to Parker. Actually, if I recall right, on Fridays the only person who can go is Parker because there's bears everywhere. Because Tumblr, the only Tumblr poll I ever did, I said
Oh
I'd
yeah.
that I'd make an upgrade to my current obsession based on whatever they did, and it was like bears. And yeah, there's bears on Friday, and Parker can shoot through the bears.
Again, completely insane sentence.
But it makes sense in context.
Uh, uh,
Parker can shoot through anything.
that's true.
But yeah, we need to like obviously we did this about River, but it'll be fun to work her in more and more.
It's very much the thing of like those three definitely have stuff that at least me myself I want to write. It's
Yeah.
just man is life a bitch, you know.
Right?
Like if like let's call it what it is. Life's a bitch. I can't do this.
Mm-hmm. So I'm
You know what I've been doing all day? I've been all day messing with a computer with no case. It's an open box.
yeah. Okay. So I'm opening up my notes for theme park sim.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's going to be about Wanda's park she stole from Disney and forces Devona to work at. I mean, force is a strong word, but if you sneezed at Devona, you might have accidentally forced her to do something. So Devona works there. We'll say that. But I feel like we need to come up with a name for the Rivers theme park so that like they can be rivals. What,
Tell
what
me.
what's
Tell me
Rivers theme
more.
park? Like I'm just there can't be two theme parks. That's weird.
There exists more than two in real life.
Yeah, but real life isn't Turbo Hio.
Alright, that's fair. That's
But
fair.
all I'm saying is Wanda keeps trying to buy River out, but River doesn't need money. And this is perplexing to Wanda. She has never met a problem she couldn't throw money at. What do? So what's River's theme park called?
River's theme park. It has to be something.
I mean, just putting River in the name is something you'd like. I've heard like of theme parks with like like Wild River or whatever.
Wild River!
Like I'm just saying, like I guess it's more like a theme ride name, but I don't know.
The river expands.
Well, that's canon. Rival Park
The river expands.
reference. It's like Wanda's is all like vaguely horror maze themed, and Rivers I think is just like history.
Yeah, like it's one of those like old, maybe like the river, local place in Minnesota.
So Wanda hates it
Minnesota
for being
Rio.
history themed. Yeah.
Let us celebrate for Minnesota Rio.
Oh, hey, look! We did it. Why does
We did it.
this exist? Oh! I actually spoiled this in Idler. Nobody ever actually found out how to get past this story
Oh, why does this exist? Witherby's house.
knowledge. Because, like, I mean, you get into Witherby's diary, it's just locked. So River's like, why is this here? Why would
Witherby cast. We are getting close to Witherby's birthday, so you know.
Oh my god. When is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. I know when
Because
Witherby's
Witherby's
birthday.
birthday is July 10th.
Yay, noise. Can you hear the noise?
I hear it.
So do you wanna see the spoiler that I leaked in Idler? Do you wanna see the spoiler?
Yeah, I'm telling you, let's go.
Truth equals doesn't matter. Check it out! Like obviously you were there. You helped me write this and or I think I wrote all of this and you
No,
edited.
you wrote all of it. I just mostly corrected it for the
Yeah.
Witherby drive because you have a pretty good Witherby voice that I don't really have to correct.
Yeah. But yeah, this is just Witherby angsting hours and then Yankee stole the diary.
Classic.
But yeah, July 10th is Witherby's birthday. So when that hits, so like the whole point of Yankee's Clown Diary is it's live and looping. Witherby's is
Yeah.
only active on a single day of the year, unless you hack it. But yeah, once, not even once a year. Like this
One of them
year.
is grinding. The other one is just here.
Well, the thing is, Witherby doesn't communicate his thoughts very often
No,
to
he
anyone.
doesn't. Ever.
So like 3 times in like 400 years, he's cracked open this diary and went, "I have a feeling and it's big enough I need to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it with a person." Like, I feel like he talks to Neville a lot, but Neville's kind of like, the void. So yeah, that was the secret. But now we should go. Oh, we'll do that
Yeah.
later. But yeah, she's gonna keep going. But now we're gonna do Parker real quick. As it slowly scrolls back up. So if you pick clockwise, you're the Wanderer. Counterclockwise is River, and neither is Parker. And remember, I hacked it so he would leave train tracks behind.
Yes, I remember.
Uh huh.
I remember it.
Even if and he completely ignores the stickers, because the whole point is even if he kind of has a rivalry with Ambrose, they are the space and time players from a session that doesn't exist. And so his bullet leaves train tracks behind that her train runs on. Because, I mean, it does just go nice and
The
straight.
trains always run on time whenever a bullet's leading it for some reason. No,
Ambrose,
I'll not explain how that works.
Ambrose just lives. But the whole point of Parker is he's always underneath, and he is heavily wasted while also having no conception that reality is a simulation. Like, I don't think Parker would know what code looked like, you know? Like, Flower Chick is
Yeah.
sitting all there being elite Hacksaw and in the JavaScript console, and Parker is just, like, in the sewers and somehow is accomplishing the same things. I love the fact that
Mm-hmm.
Parker is wasted. I don't know. I love that Parker is wasted. So the whole point is his plot is in here. It's pretty big. Let's make it smaller. So you can type north, south, or east. So there's
North,
actually a
south,
little
or
maze that
east.
Parker can investigate. So which direction should I go? Do you want to finally kill the Wanderer? Do you want to kill the universe? Or do you want to wonder if you should kill it all?
Oh, I'm glad that existential crisis is an option.
Of course it is. This is sad
Let's
boy
go,
hours.
baby, existential crisis.
All right. Oop. I'm good at typing. South. You decide that what matters.
That one.
The only thing that matters, so every time you go south, is to get to the bottom of things, to find out what's really going on. Yes, yes, get to the truth. But you get to talk to truth.
Hello, hello. It's me, your waifu.
God, I just do not think Parker thinks of truth as a waifu. But yeah, truth, of course, is. Truth doesn't talk.
Monologuing. I'm even dating, not that you care.
Uh-uh. Like, truth doesn't.
Alt is truly the girl boss of Zampanios.
Uh-uh. Truth loves Alt so, so much. But yeah, Truth isn't talking to Parker because Parker's not real. He's fake. He's talking to the player. It's talking to the player. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're not trying to read the whole damn thing. Oh, and then Parker's confused. Like,
Yeah, the best thing that Parker does, be confused.
I mean, you remember Dehydration Sim, right?
Oh, do I?
Oh, I accidentally went south instead of north. Poor Parker.
Parker's sad. He's so sad. Parker is so sad. Seriously though, Parker is a really sad man. We talked about it like a little bit ago, not that long ago, really.
That's
And you had
actually.
mentioned, I think I mentioned to you again. It's like we don't usually treat Parker as still a competent person, which
Mm-hmm.
he still is.
Yeah. Like, Parker is used to be one of the top employees.
Yeah.
And I still think like that's what I was telling you the other day is sure he's erratic now, but do you know the level of competence it takes to collect every Hatsune Miku merch? Like he's still the same person, just you know. But okay, shield your
Ambiguous disorder.
yeah, shield your ears.
Okay.
Isn't it glorious?
Mm.
I
I
showed
always hate this page. It gives me anxiety.
it's supposed to.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying. It gives me anxiety.
We have to escape. Miko Miko nurse.
You can't just make a statement anymore.
Like, I'm just saying that this is why Parker is so fucked up when he's in the dehydration madness. Because this is the only thing he can think of. Yeah, I think this is going to be our fastest way out. Look how tiny they're getting. But do you ever actually see past this point?
I saw the point where it goes all white and he has a mental illness. But that's
If you hydrate and come back, you get that
ooh,
fic I showed you about him doing as close to introspection as he can do.
which really just means he sat down for 3 seconds.
Like, he drank the water, he ate the food, he's thinking about Bestie and Hatsune Miku, and he's thinking about how he's not going to be thinking about the gun.
For 5 seconds, that'd be nice.
But if you scroll up, you go right back to the madness.
Yep.
It's, you know.
Life is beautiful.
I just. I just really like Parker. And, like, the very first time I really saw Parker
Yeah.
was this guy.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Made this.
This was the first Parker ever released on the
Yeah.
world.
Like you wrote this, and I was like, oh my god, I have to do something. Like I had to do something, and then you made this music for Vic, and then I figured out how to make it so that like the whole point is you're always supposed to look for secrets.
This is still one of my favorite pairs that we've ever done.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have a lot, and it's not very, like, full of content, but, like, in terms of immediate payoff, like as an experience, it's such a solid,
Mhm.
like little nugget thing
I
that I
like
just
it. I like that, like,
I love it.
we teach them to hack, to look deeper, but Vic is on screen. He didn't do that. The voice was there for your protection. So,
This is still one of the coolest effects that we've ever had.
I'm really proud of it, yeah. And you made the music get so upsetting.
I made the music, yeah.
Yeah, like, the music is just like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Still sort of follow along. At some point, it goes to the calmer version.
Yeah, you have to click the link.
There it is.
There it goes.
And from this point on, it's a little bit calmer. Not great, but I love it.
This is still my favorite little experience.
I think, like, I really enjoy this a lot. But I think maybe reusing this music for Rabbit Sim was really fun for me. I feel like there's a copy of the Uncharted edition. Yeah. Like, I just really liked that I got to reuse the music for Rabbit Sim.
Rabbit Sim was a very interesting little thing. Is this still is anything linked to Rabbit Sim? Because I know this was made for something. This was
This
made
was
for
for
Ludum Dare,
Ludum
right?
Ludum Dare, yeah.
Why is it Ludum Dare and not Ludum Dare?
Right? Because it's like Latin, apparently.
Ludum suck my I don't care.
But yeah, like they're talking about Zampano, they're talking about Parker, and if you back up, things are different, more fucked up. Like, go back, it's a different video, and the characters are more and more fucked up, but it's the music, like you do.
Yep. Loop. Loop.
Loop! Okay. So I think that's about everything we can do with South. No, just two Souths.
There's two sounds.
I mean, okay, why don't we just do South real quick?
What's gonna be south?
Wait, yes. How many Souths? This many Souths.
We're adding more sounds.
Keep Southing. Obviously, this is the game's original South. Speed running.
You're going too quickly.
Gotta go quick. Anything. We're at 79. 83. It's fine, don't worry about it. Ooh, we just passed the Ambrose train. There we go. Jonah, we're gonna go find Ambrose.
We're free.
Truth is monologue, because, that's what it does.
Average truth monologue.
Yep. Truth never even says anything terribly different. It's always just, you suck, how dare you play my game, don't forget me, buy Bitcoin. There, Ambrose.
Ambrose.
And I think it was the narrator. I think. Just took a screenshot of JR standing next to the button.
You should click on average JR experience.
Would you like to forget everything? Because, like, if you want to get back on the train, you've got to reset. Bam. Now, see? Now we are not going to forget to do that one.
Okay, alright. Okay, it's time for the main event. You might want to stop the recording here and then start a new one.
Good point.